violin.
Yeah, there you go. You got a little,
That's excellent.
I can get a little country. All right, well, Nashville was rocking Wednesday for country music's biggest night, and all the stars were there for the 45th annual CMA Awards.
And World News Now music and media consultant Bruno del Granado joins us from Miami with a recap. Good morning, Bruno.
Good morning, Sunny. Good morning, Rob.
So let's get right to the good stuff. Who were the big winners last night, my friend?
Well, the big winners, apart from a couple of brand new artists who walked away with a trophy each, were Taylor Swift, who won the biggest award of the night, Entertainer of the Year. Husband and wife team Blake and Miranda Lambert, who won Best Male and Best Female Vocal, and Lady Antebellum, who won Best Vocal Group. Now, the weird thing was when Taylor accepted the biggest award of the night, Entertainment of the Year, you were kind of thinking Kanye West could have possibly easily bum rushed the stage and taken it away from her. Everybody was expecting that, I think.
I think he learned his lesson.
Yeah, I hope so.
Thank goodness that didn't happen.
Well, you know, it's interesting. We all know country music is popular, but I don't think a lot of people understand how popular it is. Is that right?
Well, we think that country music is a red state phenomenon, but the genre is humongous. When it comes to country music radio, it's the #1 format in the country. Over 1,300 stations play country music. The biggest country market is not Nashville, it's New York City. Out of the top 3 best-selling CDs last year, 2 were country music artists, Lady Antebellum and of course, Taylor Swift, who won tonight. So it's a humongous genre. It generates hundreds of millions of dollars a year.
Wow, big business. And there were a few acts last night that kind of made you do a little bit of a double take, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, watching Kenny Loggins perform Footloose with Blake Shelton opening the show, that was a little bit weird. A country version of Footloose, obviously they've just remade the movie, and it takes a real country twangy kind of feel to it. Then to see Lionel Richie and Darius Rucker from Hootie and the Blowfish, who's now having a tremendous successful career as a country artist, do a Lionel Richie song, Stuck on You, was pretty interesting. I think Charlie Pride would be very proud of seeing these 2 guys on stage. But this speaks because these guys like Kenny Loggins and Darius Rucker and Lionel Richie are songwriters. They're going back to their roots. You know, country music is all about the songwriting. When you go to pop music now, it's all about the beats. But so they're reaching an age where they feel like they need to rediscover their songwriting roots, and they're going back to Nashville and cutting country music albums.
Old Lionel the CMAs. I've seen it all. Lord,
well,
yes.
How did the hosts do? Brad Paisley and Carrie Underwood, how did they do?
This was the 4th year in a row for Brad and Carrie, and I got to tell you, they're really hitting their stride. I think Brad was taking subtle digs at Eddie Murphy bailing out of the Oscars, because a couple times he said he was available for Oscar night. He's really funny, genuinely funny. Carrie did a tremendous job. They talked about Justin Bieber's paternity. They talked about the Kardashians. They talked about, of course, the Oscars and everything else. They did really, really good. I think they get an A+ this year.
Very good. Inject a little humor into the night. That always helps. But I did end on a more serious note, a kind of a very emotional moment. Was toward the end of the show, right?
Yeah, the most touching moment, I think, was a tribute to Glenn Campbell. As we know, he announced a couple months ago that he has Alzheimer's. He's just released what will be his final album, a tremendous collection of new songs, and he's on his farewell tour. It's very sad to see how Glenn is deteriorating in front of our eyes. Tremendously talented singer-songwriter from the 60s and 70s in Nashville. And tonight, Vince Gill and Brad Paisley and Keith Urban paid a great tribute doing songs like Wichita Lineman and Galveston. It was probably the highlight of the night.
Such a nice tribute. Bruno, thank you so much for joining us. Sounds like it was a great night.
Yeah,